So the last 2 days, I had midterm tests with Yonsei KLI, Yonsei Korean Language Institute, and then today I got my results, and I'm not really sure what to make of it. But here, this is my test results. So the first one, Maragi, is the one where I scored the least at, and then this one is Tutki, which is what do you call that? Listening. And then Segi, which is writing, and then Iki, which is made up of two components, which is Nangduk. Nangduk is reading out loud, and then Xiom, which is your reading test. That one I scored full marks. And then the last one, which is uh, Kyolsok. Kyolsok. Kyolsok is absence, and I have so far accumulated from all my late comings 12 hours of absence. My results, I don't think, I mean, it's okay, but I don't think it's the best because um, my class buddy, she's from Russia. I think she's Russian Japanese or Russian plus some sort of Asian. She was scoring about 98 for most of the things. So I am someone who cannot let that happen. I mean, it's a goal. People learn at different speeds, right? But, it's always nice to have a goal, even though it can be unrealistic. But my worst one is the marhagi, which is my speaking. And I just wanted to share about my thoughts leading up to the test because I was going through, I felt like I was being aged the entire time because I was feeling so anxious leading up to it. And it is not good. Part of the reason why I took up Korean was a challenge to myself to, work with my undiagnosed ADHD, where because of that condition, I sometimes have issues with listening. I have issues with reading. Like I can read, but I skip words, I skip lines, And then because also of the condition, when I get anxious, I can go off the rails if I'm not careful or if I don't manage it properly. So this whole entire Korean thing partly has been a project for me to relearn and learn and how to manage my ADHD and also learn how to have systems that can help me with learning, especially when I'm like 45 this year. Okay, I keep lying about my age, but no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm very close to 40, but I'm not 45. So Maragi, the speaking, I knew was going to be my weakest because I never had uh, a consistent opportunity to speak in Korean on the fly. I think speaking on the fly can be a problem for me. And when I did my evaluation about my score, I realized that a lot of it was the same issues that I have in English. My friends will know that how I appear on video and how I appear and how I speak in real life is a little bit different. It's a lot faster and I speak a lot faster. Currently, I'm slowing down on purpose because I'm on video. Now, I'm not reading from a script. I didn't prepare this beforehand. So you will see me jumping topics around a lot. And this is a common thing with someone of my condition. When I got the evaluation feedback on my speaking, it was the same issue that I had when I was in primary school. And my English teacher said the same thing. Now, English is my first language. English is my mother tongue. At home, I speak English. So my whole entire upbringing has been fully in English. The problem I had as a kid was that I would stutter a lot. I mumble a lot. And I struggle and I keep speaking, fumbling, mumbling, and then I rewind and speak the sentence again. I'm having the same issue, and slurring as well. Now, I'm currently having the same issue with Korean, which says less about the language because it's a foreign language and more about myself and my mind. And because the last few days I've been very anxious, trying to study and trying to cram a lot of information, it builds up with that anxiety. And I don't know what's more anxiety inducing, whether it was the lead up to the test or during the test itself, where there were very long periods of absolute silence and very long periods of waiting, which adds into my anxiety, one, but also adds in a lot to my fidgeting because I fidget a lot. And sometimes when it starts getting very uncomfortable, my mind starts to wander and I'm not focusing anymore. When the speaking came in, I was not calm. I was not like what I am today. I was climbing a mountain yesterday, by the way. For example, today I'm a lot calmer. My enunciation, my pronunciation is a lot better. But yesterday I came in, there were a few times where I opened up the test, I opened up the paper, and I realized that I don't know what I'm reading. Like, I am reading, I can read, but nothing is going in. And straight away, I was just like, I don't know anything. Uh, I can't formulate a thought. I'm fumbling in my head. So when the things came out, I'm slurring. But I don't think I'm doing too bad for someone who's never really had speaking practice in Singapore. But it's little tiny mistakes that adds up. It's rarely ever the big changes that changed in anything in your life. It's always the little things that you do that adds up in the end. So I realized that a lot of my mistakes was just my slurring, which happens also in English. So like the particles like a or e, I'm not mixing up these particles. I'm not, but it's the way I pronounce it that confuses the teacher. But back to ADHD, what happens is because I'm thinking way ahead than what my mouth can catch up with, the slurring happens, and then my thoughts just get jumbled up. So I guess what I'm trying to say at the end of all this is that this has been um, an awakening for me, and I realized that every test, every time I have a test coming up, my anxiousness gets the better of me, and for someone with my condition, the emotions get higher. Emotions are exaggerated, so when the highs, they're really high, and when they're low, they can get really low and very bad. So throughout all these years, the last couple of years or three, I've been trying to manage it. I've been a lot more conscious about my mind frame, which is why I take a lot of walks and I do a lot of things that calm me down. Because otherwise, when my anxiety or my mind gets too messy and gets the better of me, I do crazy shit. I'm just not working at optimal level. So I guess this serves as a reminder for me to, you know, be a bit more calm. I think for a lot of people who have undiagnosed ADHD, it is critical, I feel, that you need to be very aware of your condition, be very familiar with yourself and your mind and how it thinks, because it does affect a lot of your life. It can affect your relationships as well with people, and also, more importantly, yourself. I have a few things I need to fix over here. Firstly, is my late coming. I keep coming in late, but then that's also because time blindness is one thing. I wake up on time. I wake up at 7 every day, but I reach after 9. Why? I don't know. Time blindness. I'm just taking my time to do things, living on my own schedule. But I think a lot of the scores that I lose out on when it comes to speaking is because I am not calm. I'm not confident. Anxiety management is another thing that can bring you down if you're not wary about it. Nangdok. Nangdok, speaking out loud, which is upon 10, I got 8.4, which is okay, but I think I could have done better. Normally in class, when I speak, I think I speak in a very good voice, in a very good pace in class, but I feel like yesterday when I was taking the test, so disappointed with myself, honestly. I took the test and it was standing up. I was not in the right state of mind. I was not calm at all. So I was reading it and I was skipping words and I was rewinding back again. I was fumbling with my pronunciation. And these are not unfamiliar words. I never read the passage before and had to read out loud straight away. Normally, what I do is I will read the passage and I'll read again, be familiar with it, and then I can read out loud quite fluently. But this one, I think I messed up quite a bit. So it's 8.4 upon 10. I know it's not, I'm not going to be one of those like Asian kids, like, oh my God. Like, oh my God, I scored 98%. I'm such a horrible student. These test results are not the worst. I have another test coming up at the end of the semester. I have to work hard for that. And I don't know. I'm honestly quite a bit disappointed with myself. But I think it's just me like putting a bit too high of a standard for myself. Which is another thing to work on, I guess. All in all, Yonsei, I like Yonsei. I like studying Korean. I I wish I could do this for the next 2 years, but uh, budget issues. I need to go and work for the money. But yeah, I wish I could do this for a very long term, but my time is running out. So I don't actually have a lot more time in Yonsei. But there's time in life. I may not be able to continue Yonsei right after this, but there is time in life. And in the future, I'll be back again and I'll complete the entire course. You know, there's time in life. There is time in life. So don't worry about it. Next exam, I'm gonna do a lot better. I wanna be the best in class. setting standards for myself again. I think I have a better direction now on what to work on, and that's very good. There's a guy cleaning leaves, he's cleaning the snow, so I need to shut the camera off now. I love you guys. Have a good weekend. I love you all. Ah.